Hi, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. So, I've had some people ask, well, why when you get a cold or a flu, does your blood sugars go up? Mine don't. Well, yes, but you have a working pancreas. That's the simplest answer. But you know what? Everyone would be in the exact same condition if they were diabetic. Your blood sugars will go up, and it's part of evolution. It's part of the fight or flight reflex. And you know, we are constantly aware of this. Now, things like when your body fights a virus, it needs to get all the help it can to your parts of your body that need to fight the infection. So this includes white blood cells, and your body's kind of tricked into a more of a work mode. Now, some people might say, well, why did you take a day off with a cold? You don't need to take a day off with a cold. And what ends up happening is people do this, and then they are on not long-term care, sorry. They're in the emergency with DKA. You know, I can't help but think people need to be aware of themselves. Now, I think this is true for type 1 and type 2. If it isn't, so every time you get like a cold, when you know you have the cold, when it's finally like your sinuses are in pain and you're draining, well, maybe that's the time you call your doctor. Not when you're in DKA and heading to emergency. You know, our healthcare would be so much better if people just did this right away. Now, I'm one to talk. When my leg was swollen and draining and I was going to the wound care clinic, before I went to the wound care clinic, oh well, things are looking fine. Nothing will come of it. And I finally, on the pressure of friends, sent a picture to my doctor. And my doctor said, well, maybe we should get you taken care of at the wound care clinic. And then one day, my blood sugar went through the roof. And you know how quickly it came on? I don't remember being thirsty. I don't remember anything, really. I just, so don't sit there and say, well, I'm not thirsty. I'm okay. You're not okay. And some people, depending on how tight control they have, will be able to get through the infection fine. Someone like me, I get sick every now and again. The time I was in the hospital for 9 months, I was put in there with the flu. I got the flu and I was sick. And I can remember, I think I had just got my insulin pump, my very old insulin pump, and I was working with my trainer, and she called and said, well, I noticed your blood sugars have been going up, and I said, yes. And she said, any reason why? And I said, well, I think I've kind of got the flu. I've been throwing up, I've been drinking a lot more, and I was sent to the hospital. And my blood sugars, oh God, they were terrible that day. And I wasn't even eating. So, this whole myth that you don't need insulin because you are not eating is a waste of money. You need insulin. You may need lower amounts of insulin. Now, again, I've talked about this plan. I know you're all sick of me talking about this plan. But this plan that you've worked over with your doctor should have sick day plans and when to go to emergency and when you can stay at home and follow the plan. Because, I think a lot of people when they get sick get stubborn. And I'm sure that's going to add to their blood sugar issues. Well, maybe you should go see a doctor. I don't want to go see a doctor. The doctor's not going to do anything for me. Now, I've had an awful lot of antibiotics in my life. And I think it pretty well just goes with the territory. That they don't want infections to get away from me. And my files at my doctor, and when they call for medical files, I've got pages and pages and pages to go through. And I'm not too bad now. If someone said, well, you really should go to the hospital. Unless it's just for me having a low. If they've hooked me up, they've got my sugars up, I'm fine staying at home. Because if you don't, why tie up the hospital? But, anything else, if I'm starting to breathe, and talking erratically. Now, I became delusional this last round of being ill, so that is supposedly something that could come up again. And I don't want that happening. But things like that will happen. So, have someone looking in on you. Phone. If they're not sounding right, maybe they should go get checked out. They could go to the doctor. They don't have to go to the hospital. They don't have to go into the ambulance. If they're unable to walk on their own, yes, they need to go see a doctor. That's if they could do it on their own before. I haven't, since I've been out, felt really crummy. I would get migraine headaches. Oh God, I've spoken about them before. And my blood sugar would skyrocket, but it's kind of like something's not right in the body. We have to send all the glucose, everything we have to fight whatever's going on. So the same sort of thing can go in to if you're mad, because angry, whatever you want to call it, because your body is ready to fight for something. So remember, if you're feeling sick with cold, flu, high blood sugars, get help. Pure and simple. I hope you've had a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye now.